Greetings. My name's Patrick, here with the table in the tavern. Around here, we're not exactly professionals. We don't get paid for any of the things we do. We're just playing D&D and having a good time doing it. Hope you enjoy the video. Once again, this video, like many others, is recorded live on Twitch. You're welcome to join us there, at the table in the tavern.
Alright, so, I'll be playing the dwarf, a mountain dwarf. His name is Gert. He is a fighter. Would you like me to go over the backstory of him again, or?
I mean, if it'll help the viewers at home to that somebody that may not have caught our last video, it is a wonderful backstory. Why don't you go ahead and share it?
Okay. So, he is a noble from a noble family. He fights or conflict, if you will. If it does, it turns out very ugly for the people. And he is in constant shunned from his family, or more or less, he gets looked at in a different light for the one bad thing that he did. So he is constantly trying to do things to get on his family's good graces. So that's a little bit of a backstory behind him. Would you like me to explain what I am doing?
So you have a redemption backstory, it sounds like.
Yes, in more or less, in a sense, he is trying to get back on his family's good graces.
So
but because
what
of
caused
that,
you to fall out of these good graces, as you put it?
So I'm gonna do this on the fly. I don't have it set up to explain all that, but my character, he ended up his family and his tribe or clan of dwarves allowed other people from different countries to come into their village and or where they live at, and pretty much he fell in love with a woman that he wasn't supposed to fall in love with, and he ended up secretly getting married, but didn't know that his family had set him up with a prior engagement. And so that created conflict with his clan of the mountain dwarves and another clan of dwarves. And they ended up going to battle. And his older brother ended up dying in that battle.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good backstory.
So your path of redemption also has a Romeo and Juliet twist.
Indeed. Yes, it does.
It'll be interesting to explore that. In fact, this adventure was intended to be a one-shot. As you'll find in the last video, this is part 2 of 2 one-shot here. I know a one-shot is normally a one session. That was what I intended. But as these guys went along, I was thinking maybe there's a little bit more to this. Maybe we will introduce this into the Nightfall world. After all, I did add it to the playlist when I uploaded the video. We'll see what goes on, but I have a feeling that our party, if you've been paying attention to our Nightfall campaign, may have a conflict within that may send them in different directions. And maybe these two fellows may have something to say about which direction one of them goes. Anyway, Dean, why don't you tell us a little bit about your character and a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Dean McGuire. I am a father of 4, all under the age of 5. D&D is my fun little thing that I enjoy doing, especially with friends that I work with and people that I want to meet. Kind of like my little getaway. My character is Von DeVento. He is a mercenary sellsword. He originally was a foot soldier for the King's Guard, and he ended up following his captain right after the war on making that money where it's necessary. He kind of went his separate ways when he disagreed with the captain at one point. So he separated his own ways, kind of started following the seas, following from island to island to find different ways to be able to make money. And he knows how to use a sword. As long as you've got the cash, he's got the sword. I would say axe because that would sound better, but sword, he carries a sword. I don't have a fancy backstory like Gurk, but you got the gold and it'll work out perfect.
Okay.
You wouldn't like my backstory anyways to have on your character.
And so you both find yourselves employed or part of a guild called the Astral Blades, operating out of Shadowdale, the land of demons. And to get us a little recap of what happened last week, who would like to kick that off? You guys both had a pretty sizable hand in the events.
Yeah. Patrick, do you mind doing that? Because we're about to sing happy birthday to my wife's grandpa, and that'd be perfect timing for that.
Brandon, why don't you take that?
Oh, Brandon, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I got the names mixed up.
Brandon, can you give us a little bit of recap of what, in your words, what transpired last time we played?
So, what happened was a little quick summary of what happened. We ended up talking about trying to make a bomb, and this poor boy, Greenhorn Roger, is stuck in a boat, a dinghy, with a powder keg bomb that is set up to shoot shrapnel. Well, we ended up coming across this ship, and me and Vaughn managed to come aboard on the ship. Vaughn set a challenge to the captain of this pirate's ship, and it was supposed to be a one-on-one duel, but the first mate ended up trying to interfere with this battle.
In what way?
By taking out a blow dart and trying to fire it at Vaughn, which in turn I caught it just in time, raising my battle axe between his lips and the blow dart, and telling him to pretty much butt out of the fight.
Indeed. So, Brandon, do you remember what kicked all this off? How did you end up out in the middle of this ocean or sea fighting pirates?
So what started the whole voyage is we climbed aboard this ship in hopes to set a trap for the pirates. We are mercenaries that are supposed to be, for the life of me, it's skipping or evading my mind.
You're
and
Astral Blades from Shadowdale.
Yes.
And this is a cargo ship you're pretending to be a cargo ship that has wine, spices, and silk. Okay, I believe is what I said.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And so basically, what I kind of imagine is on the top deck, there may be like strappings of the stuff. We talked about it in the last session when you guys were looking around for stuff, and there were bundles of stuff around the mast of the ship. Well, that's kind of what I envision as you guys kind of making it look like you're carrying this cargo, which there is, don't get me wrong, except down below in the cargo bays, there are men. And yes, because a lot of the merchant ships that have been making their way through this area have been happened upon by pirates. And so you're here to settle the score.
That is correct.
And with that, let's take a quick break for Dean to finish up with the birthday celebration. Thank you so much, Dean, for taking the time out of your day to play D&D with us. The convenience of that using Discord is amazing, and I'm a big fan of the convenience of just playing on the go like that. So, Dean, once you're able, I'm just going to step outside and smoke a cigarette. Of course, I'll be watching from my phone once again because of the usefulness of Discord. So I'll be right back.
And in case you're wondering by that, we are sponsored by Discord. We are not. I just actually am a really big fan.
Very true. So, do you want us to?
I'm back.
Okay. Awesome.
There, Dean.
Hey. And back to what you were saying. Yeah, it's very, very convenient on that one. It's pretty cool.
Indeed.
Actually, I can pull up your stream and actually watch the ships from where I'm at.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
a good thing that I kind of do. One, of course, I do live recordings right here on Twitch, so you can catch us there and join in the fun and whatever. And of course, I'll give shout outs to whoever ends up jumping in when I see. But I do have some friends that do jump in from time to time just to make sure the streams are going well or whatever. I have a plug on the outside, Mr. Pickle, but he won't be on tonight, I don't think. But anyway,
Mr. Pickle.
Mr. Pickle. He hangs out with us at lunch. We all happen to work with him.
Yep.
That's cool. I'm thinking of the show Mr. Pickle. You guys ever watch that? Okay.
Yeah, I think I have been privy to that before.
Yeah, the satanic dog. Yeah.
Brandon, I'm still... Yeah, there you go. Okay, so, Dean, in our last session, you were at odds with the captain of this ship, and you wanted to take the ship for your own in a duel. This captain was obliged to agree to, him believing that you stood no chance, but you happened to show some resilience. And here we are with a happily mostly disarmed pirate captain, and I believe it is your turn.
Oh yeah, I think last time I ended up disarming his rapier, correct?
Yes, you've so far disarmed him from a pistol that he had, as you described it, a flintlock pistol, and then his rapier as well. He of course has a long sword that he was using as a dancing long before, that was giving you a little trouble.
An animate object.
Yeah, he's pretty well equipped, I will say. Well,
Yeah,
what are you gonna do? Not anymore.
I am going to, because you said last time, just before we ended up getting off, that he is pretty rough looking, right?
Yeah, he ain't looking great.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what do we say in Mortal Kombat? Finish him. I'm going to use my flying tongue longsword and do a swing at him because I'm right up on his toes.
Okay, make an attack, please.
13 for hit.
I'm afraid that's not going to hit.
All right, short sword's going to swing too.
All right.
19.
A 19 does hit.
As I remember. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You come around with your. I remember you were talking about you doing these. You were kind of turning like a windmill style with your blades, and so you turn with your first one, and he blocks it with his sword, parrying it away. But then your second blade comes in and hits him. Why don't you roll damage for that real quick?
Will do, sir. All right, 1d6 plus 4. 2. That is going to be a 6.
All right. So 6 points of damage. And is that going to end your turn?
No, I'm going to do extra attack with my with my flame tongue longsword.
Let's do it. So, in the spirit of a full windmill, you come back around with the primary sword, with your flaming sword,
23.
and making 23 hits. Roll damage.
All right. That's a 1d6 plus 4. Seven, and then I got fire damage as well. 2d6s on top of the 7.
Minus 4.
Yep, and then there's a 4 on top of that. So 7 plus 4, that's 11.
Okay. All right. He doesn't look too thrilled about this contest right now. That does end your turn.
Yeah, that does end my turn. Yes, correct.
Okay. Not willing to give up just yet there, Dean.
What was that?
Not ready to just give up just yet there, Dean.
Ooh.
Okay. So, as with sword in hand, him looking over the back of the ship, he sullies up the courage and begins to sing to himself a bit of a chanty, and begins a blade song. Okay?
A blade song.
We're going to increase his AC to a bonus of a +3, so taking it from a 19 to a 22 now.
22.
He's going to have advantage on acrobatics checks, and he's going to gain a +3 bonus to any Constitution saving throw he makes to maintain his concentration on the spell.
I gotcha.
He's actually going to, instead of casting a spell at this point in time, he is going to attack you with his dancing longsword.
Oh, lovely.
He rolls a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
All right. The damage slashing will be 9 points of slashing. He's going to swing once again with his sword. As he swings across once and then brings his sword back overhand and strikes down with a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And that is going to be 6 points of slashing damage.
All right. I'm at 12 HP.
Okay. And this contest is not over yet. The first mate, Brandon, you're back there with him, right? Brandon, are you with us there, bud?
Yes, I am here.
So the first mate there, he does put down his blowgun, okay, and he looks at you warily, and then back to the contest. You see him place the blowgun into his vest pocket, and then he reaches into his other pocket and seems to be manipulating something with it. He turns so his shoulder is to blocking your view of what he's doing.
He's being sneaky.
I'm going to roll for a what is it? Give me 1 second.
Insight
Yes.
or perception?
I will. Yeah, let's do.
Sorry, actually.
Let's do perception.
Roll me
No,
out
you're
for-
good.
Roll
a
good,
6.
roll good.
What was the total?
The 6.
So he blocks the view of what he's doing, and as you look over his shoulder, he closes his vest pocket up and is like, "Do you mind? Do you mind?" He looks a little bit offended, and he backs up a little bit further from you, and continues to do whatever he's doing.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm also gonna roll another intimidation. I'm gonna roll for an intimidation to remind him that breaking the parlay and the challenge will resort in a fight between me and the first mate.
All right. Well, why don't you roll me that intimidation? I'll give you advantage. That means you can roll.
25.
Oh.
Ooh. Damn good roll. What was that? Did you nat 20th?
Yeah.
Oh, he that yeah.
He turns to face you. He seems to be palming something in his hand, and he looks at you. He's like, "You're saying that if I interrupt this little duel, it's null and void?"
No, what I'm saying is the duel will continue, but now it will no longer be a single duel, it'll be a double duel.
"Oh, is that right?" he says. And he throws something at you. It's a dagger. Okay?
Okay.
Does a 23 hit?
Is that for me or is that for him?
It's for Brandon.
Okay, I heard throw dagger, and I didn't know if we have close range or whatnot.
Yeah, it's the first mate with Brandon right now.
I believe it does.
Okay, so you're going to take a total of 4 points of piercing damage,
Okay.
and then I may need to have you make me a Constitution saving throw.
You said a contribution?
Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
A contribution saving throw.
A contribution.
Yes.
You make a saving throw to contribute to this fight.
19.
19. Okay, you do save, so that means you take half of the poison damage that was on the dagger. The poison was 11. You take half of it, so you're going to take 6.
Okay.
I would.
And if you would
really
like,
going offhand.
you could roll initiative.
All right. Rolling for initiative.
And give me one second.
is...
My room. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Where's the initiative? Once I find the initiative.
It should be right next to your armor class. If you're going on D&D Beyond,
Yes,
should
it
be
is.
to the left of it.
All right, so I got a 16. So I rolled a 16.
My phone's completely off of Discord before walking in my room. Otherwise, I have a whole bunch of feedback.
I got you.
We don't like feedback. We don't like feedback at all. Except for constructive feedback. That's. Anyway. So, Brandon, what was that initiative?
16.
All right. Brandon, it is your turn. What would you like to do? It is combat between you and the first mate.
So, what I would like to do is I would like to roll for my Warhammer.
Okay.
I will roll for that. I got a 26.
That hits.
All right. Am I able to use ice knife as well?
Is that a bonus action for Ice Knife? I don't think
That I don't think it is.
so. No. So yeah, it's only going to be the attack. You could probably use. You might be able to use 2 attacks at this point. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Okay.
It'll be in your player's handbook. Let me take a look.
Maybe like extra attack or something, yeah.
Yeah, you as a fighter, you should by level 5 have an extra attack.
Mm-hmm. Trying to figure out where this is at.
Yeah, you're fine. You have an extra attack. I assure you. Okay, I assure you.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Go ahead and roll.
I would also like to use my battle axe
Oh,
if I can do that.
yeah, you can use your battle axe.
All right.
Yeah, it shows here you have 2 attacks per action.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, I see it now. So I'm gonna roll for my battle axe, which is a 15.
15 will hit.
Okay. So how I'd like to do that is pretty much I'm swinging my battle axe in like hopes of I'm swinging it downward towards him, and then when it hits, I'm using my battle axe to throw him up in the air. In a sense,
Oh, okay, we'll
Yeah.
see how this goes. Roll damage.
you said roll for damage. I got a 10 for the Warhammer damage.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. What's for the axe that you hit with just now?
8.
8, so a total of 18.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. No, you're fine. So, throwing him up in the air with the axe, it's a little bit harder than it sounds. That's more like a grappling action with your axe. And it's a completely different thing. I'm going to have to go with no. But had you killed him, yeah, I would have allowed it. But you were a little bit further away from that. But you do hit him with the hammer, and he falls backward. And you come back around with your axe, and you catch him in his side. And he stumbles backwards. He's hurt a bit. And Dean, we're back around to you.
Sweet. All right, we are going to. Well, I instantly, with combat instincts, I hear that they're fighting in the background, but I know that Gert can handle himself. So I'm focusing on the captain to take him out, because if we take out the captain and the first mate, that ship is 100% ours. So I'm going to end up doing pretty much my whirlwind again with my flame tongue longsword. Give me a second. I'm going to see if I can get my pop up. I'm probably going to end up doing I gotta find it first. I took pictures of all my stuff. Precision attack. When you make a weapon attack roll, you can expend one superiority dice and add it to the roll before. Oh shoot! Before or it cut it off. Give me a second. Before or after the roll, but before any effects are applied.
Okay.
So a precision attack. So superiority dice. So that's I think that was a 2d4.
So what that means is basically, so you get to add the superiority die to whatever attack you are making.
Yeah. So I can do, and it gives me the opportunity to do before or after.
Correct.
So do I have to choose it right now, or do I have to because what if I want to do it for my attack?
So
what
it means by that is you can declare it as your action, or you can see if you go ahead and hit without it, and then add it to it if you like.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to do, just to see, because my flame tongue longsword likes to miss a lot.
Okay. So
we're going to do that first, and let's see if it hits. All right. $17. 24 for hit.
Oh, that'll hit.
Heck yeah. Now let's do for damage. So that means I can use that superiority dice for my damage, correct?
Yeah, I think it's attack and damage, right?
Yep, correct.
So you didn't need it, right, for the hit, but you're using it
I did not need it for the hit.
So,
yep,
yeah,
correct.
That's fine. If you're using it anyway, that's fine. So add it to the damage, yeah.
So that's 4d8. So I'm going to roll. I only have 1d8, so I'm going to roll it separately 4 times. But first I'm going to do my damage, just so I can, have it for there. 1d8 plus 4. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 for just regular damage.
Okay.
And then we're going to do fire damage. 2d6. 9 fire damage. And then superiority dice. So that's 19. We're going to add the superiority dice, which is a 4d8. So I'm going to roll that 4 times and let you know. 7, 0. Oh, no, that's not a 0. That is a 6. Sorry, I got one of those weird ones that was for Magic the Gathering.
You're perfectly fine, Dean. Now, can you go ahead and tell me in layman's terms what the total damage was, fire and slashing?
32 altogether.
Yeah. I believe what Matt Mercer would say in this moment is, how would you like to do this?
Oh, so my typical sword spin. First spin ends up coming around and actually kind of hitting him right across the gut area. As I'm spinning back around with my short sword, it catches him right in the side of the head. And with full brute force, I slam him, keeping him on the ship because I know he's right on the edge. The short sword goes right through his head and pinning him to the ground, kind of like, and then looking right at his crew, as I do that.
Roll me an intimidation check with advantage. And while you're doing that, let me just say that Dean is one of the nicest guys I have ever met in my life. And it's funny. Every time he plays D&D, I see his dark side come out. And it's funny.
So intimidation. So 18. I've got that's one of my higher ones is intimidation.
Nice. So the crew is all like, whoa. They're definitely, as your sword, still on fire, mind you, is just sizzling from his head. Okay? Brandon.
Yes.
Over there, as you watch the captain gets killed, and the first mate, he looks over at him and is like, "Oh no!" And he reels back and grabs a sword, a short sword, short sword out of his belt and slashes at you. What's your AC again?
18.
So he slashes at you, and you stop it with your axe.
Okay.
It's your turn.
So once I stop it, I'm going to. I want to roll for ice knife, as if I'm like shooting it at him, with him up close and personal with me.
Okay.
Chill out, bro.
Right.
Roll an attack for the ice knife. It should be right there next to the spell on your action.
15.
All right, 15 will hit. Roll damage for the impact, and then damage for the explosion.
So damage for the impact is 4, and then damage for the explosion 5. So in total 9.
This he strikes down with his sword, and you block it with your axe, and with the other hand, you push forward, and a knife, a dagger of ice comes out and pierces into his chest. And as that happens, he's pushed back from the ice and it explodes. I imagine him kind of falling on the ground, just kind of dead. But how would you describe the demise of the first mate? In other words, how would you like to do this?
So as I'm blocking, I'm more of shoving my hand outward, as in like I'm trying to put up the stop sign. And as I do that, like a dagger of not ice, like you said, pierces his chest, and he falls to the ground. And I turn to the other ship hands, and I tell them, this is the kind of demise you will face if cross me and my companion over here, Vaughn.
I hold my hands up like Gladiator, saying, "Are you not entertained?"
Yeah, I like it. So why don't I get you an intimidation check as well? You can roll that with advantage.
Okay. Once I get to it. I got a 12.
And you rolled it twice?
Oh, no. I did not roll it twice. Sorry. 12 and 21.
So don't add them together. Roll it a second time.
Okay.
And if that value is higher, report that one.
21.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So you guys both set some pretty good intimidation checks. I'm going to go ahead and roll opposing intimidation checks for the crew. This is the general thing. Clickety clack with the shining shinies. Okay. It's a 50-50 thing.
Yeah.
And the crew, they're stunned at first as you guys finish with the first mate and the captain in dramatic fashion, one using fire, one using ice, displaying your combat prowess and your dedication to ending it swiftly. And yeah, so they surrender. They're like, okay, you see one of them pops up as many of the pirates are looking around wondering what to do now. Some of them pulling for their cutlass, others looking for other forms of, wondering if they should even oppose you or not, seeing the dynamic in which you took apart their best warriors, being the captain and the first mate. And one of them says something, an older gentleman's like, hey lads, I don't know about you, but I'm not dying for them. They made us some money, sure, but you can't spend gold if you're a dead man. And the rest of them kind of agree, and they're like, okay. So what happens now?
As I end up reaching down, grabbing the captain's hat, putting it on my head, I say to our crew, let's steadfast towards the other ships and take the other ships out. Roger, I don't think we need you on the ship anymore. You can come up here.
So as you are looking around for Rodger, you say that, and you point at the other ships. You actually roll me a perception, both of you.
Okay. We can go about Rolja. 16 for perception.
This one I didn't have anything on.
And what about you there, Brandon?
I'm going to roll for a perception in helping him look for Roger. I rolled an 8.
Okay.
In hopes of locating Roger.
Okay. So,
Roger.
Dean.
Yeah.
As you say that, you look over the bow, and you see the rowboat that Roger was in, making its way over towards these ships. If you can see that on the map, my pinging.
Give me a second. Let me get back to the map. Okay. So Roger is okay. Go ahead. Where's he going?
So
Where's
Roger's
rowboat?
over here.
I'm not seeing that.
Okay, hold on. Let me get back over on here with that. So.
Okay, there we go. Perfect. Boom.
Yeah, you see it now?
See it.
Yeah, he's over there. So while you guys have been fighting, he's just been rowing like a madman over this way, adhering to the plan that you guys put into place.
When I realized that, I'm pretty much yelling, "Good job, Roger!"
So,
oh man!
now, for those that may not have seen last time, these guys basically put together this plan to make a bomb out of various things. They MacGyvered a bomb out of stuff they found on the ship.
Scrap metal bomb.
using an anvil and some chain and some TNT and whatnot, and then convinced a young lad to get in the boat with this shrapnel bomb and, well, make his way over to the boats that they were trying to attack and blow it up. And so, even though he didn't think it was a good plan, they convinced him he'd be a hero if he did. And then, being the great Astral Blaze, he agreed to it. I'm still not sure what the grease is for. That was
that was
together.
for that was for if they decided to invade our ship, jumping over, they would have a hard time trying to get on our ship. Like some would fall down, and it'd be less people to, maybe an acrobatics check before landing on our ship.
Yeah, and see, Roger, he didn't really know what the grease was for either. And he was thinking about it. He was like, maybe the grease is for me to get away faster. So
did he turn into the grease? Did he turn into the greased up deaf guy?
Yeah. So you see him he's glistening in the sun as he's all greased up.
He's gonna die.
So I'm gonna roll a series of checks. One is going to be essentially a stealth check for the ships and him. So he is rolling a total of a 14 for stealth. Let's see what the ships get.
He's going to catch on fire and become the big bad evil guy.
A 13. So he succeeds by 1. He actually isn't detected by the ships. So now I'm going to set off the bomb. So he's going to do a little bit of a tinker check. I'm going to say the grease is going to give him disadvantage.
Oh, man.
Luckily, not too bad, and he lights the fuse, and now he's going to jump and start swimming away. I gave him advantage on the swim away, and not a bad idea because he rolled a 1 and then an 18. I'm going to say the grease does help him with swimming. So he swims away as fast as possible. As you see, this boat right here explode. Okay, goes up in a fiery blaze. In the backdrop, you can also see 2 of these ships also on fire. As raining from this one ship over here, if you guys can all see that, I don't think you can. Let me switch over here. That way, everyone on
there we go. Yep, I can see it.
So over here,
so that one,
this ship blows up. So I'm going to.
Kaboom!
All right, and this ship right over here is on fire. As is this ship. There is basically a meteor shower coming out from this ship that is setting these 2 both ablaze. You know that from as your good friend Oren over there that happens to be a pretty capable magic user. There is, of course, one other ship over here, but as this ship has been blown up and these other ships are destroyed, this ship decides to surrender. And so, all things aside, the combat has stopped. And are you guys going to? What are you guys going to do now? Roger's in the water.
We need to save.
Swimming.
We need to save Roger. Let's save Roger and head towards the middle where that last ship is pretty much rendered. Well, before we save Roger, as we're sailing onto there, I want to see what that captain's got.
And I will say that the last time we played, I had planned on ending our session with Roger blowing up the backside of the boat, which would have killed the captain, ending combat, and thus, all this would have happened, and the ships would have surrendered, and that would kind of summed up our one shot. But with as fun as it was for me playing that game with you guys, I decided we'll just run this on a little bit longer, and we'll see.
Oh, we appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah.
And I have a little more intended for you guys as we continue on. For now, I want to see what you guys do with this calamity you guys have created. Now, I normally run these sessions to be about 3 hours. We ended a little bit earlier last night, so I could play a little bit longer here with you guys. So I'm going to step outside and smoke a cigarette and see what you guys come up with. Give me just one moment.
Well, Brandon, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. I feel that, while we're sailing to pick up the hero, Greasy Rodger, that's going to be his nickname from now on.
GR.
GR. I like it. I feel that we should definitely give Roger the big credit for that because he deserves the credit for blowing up that other ship. I say when we're sailing to go pick him up, we go and see what loot that the pirate and the pirate captain and the first mate has. And honestly, a divide. I actually agree on this one. A divide of what they have because we're the ones that killed the captain and first mate. And I don't care. I'm being greedy, but that's my character for you. As in, we're gonna divide and conquer the loot.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna keep this captain hat because it looks good on me.
It just so happens that I have loot for you.
Sweet.
So as you're looking at through the captain's goods, let me go ahead and get a investigation.
All right, investigation check.
From both of us?
Well, if you guys want to work together going over it, I'll let you roll with advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll work together, of course. I rolled an 11 for my investigation check.
I rolled an 18, so a total of 22.
That's one way. That works too. All right, so you guys both search over his belongings. So, of course, on the deck, there is a pistol that you managed to disarm him with. It did blow up. So it's non-operable right now, but you do have a non-functioning pistol. Okay?
Okay.
You have a rapier. The rapier seems quite elegant in its design. The long sword itself, is magical in nature. You identified it as a dancing long sword before, so you have that as well. He has on his person a number of rings. 1, 2, 3, 4 rings. He also has a wand. And, of course, the smoldering plate armor. So, he has this armor that basically smolders with black smoke, making him look a little bit intimidating. I think.
So what type of armor is it? Is it like leather or?
It's plate armor.
So, is that all? Is that everything that he's got?
Give me just 1 second.
Okay, you're fine. Uh-oh. I got a cuteness that just came. Hey, Caitlin. What are you doing, baby? Yeah. Yeah, you're not supposed to be in there, though.
Okay, so you guys also make your way into the captain's quarters, and you find his stash of valuables, gold and whatnot. So,
is it just us?
What?
Is it just us that made it into the captain's quarter?
Well, you guys were looking around for all of his valuables, right?
Okay, cool. Yes, we were.
They, out of compliance, are like, yeah, this is, the stuff. You're the new captain. So the captain is captain quarters is your quarters, right? And no one's going to oppose you, not as long as you promise to make it their goal.
Oh, of course.
And of course, there is a bit of gold in the captain's quarters. You find a safe.
A
A safe that is locked. It's a combination safe.
Oof. How would that work to open up a combination safe? Do we actually? Let's. My mind's going directly into a what's it called room? What was it? Me and my wife just did one where they have like hidden clues all around.
Oh, okay.
Escape room.
Escape room, yeah. So
you're going with the hunch that the captain has left several clues around his cabin that may help you unlock the treasure.
yeah, he is a mage, so mages are really, really weird like that.
Well, let's take a look.
You know, me do an investigation check.
Yeah.
17.
Okay. So, Brandon,
Yes, sir.
you're there in the captain's quarters with Dean. Or what was your character's name again, Dean?
Gert.
Gert. Dean, what is your character's name?
Vaughn.
So you see Vaughn, and he's looking at the backs of chairs. He's looking under the table. He's looking in the dressers, pulling open books and looking on the spines and flipping through pages, looking through maps and so forth. And he's just looking over the entire thing.
It's going to be like a Post-it note on his desk.
Meanwhile, Dean, you're
Sounds
not.
like you're breaking up a little bit. Patrick? Is that me?
I'm
You
sorry.
there, Patrick?
Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah.
we didn't hear anything you said, buddy.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I apologize.
All good.
So you're looking over the captain's quarters. You look on the spine of a book and you see something that says like 27, and so you write that down, and you see on one of the chairs a number is etched in to the back of one of the chairs. It's a 15. So you jot that down, and you see on the map, on one of the corners of the map, repeated over and over again is the number 12. And so you jot that down, and you find various little things, and you're going through, and you're putting all those numbers into the safe, and you're going over in different combinations, but none of them seem. You keep on looking around. You find more numbers and more numbers and more numbers, but nothing seems to fit.
What's the safe made out of?
It's iron, cast iron.
Okay, cast iron. How much heat damage does my sword do, like temperature wise?
Temperature wise, it's hard to say exactly. It's not going to be enough to melt it if that's what you want.
That's what I'm trying.
You can start a fire.
Gotcha.
If you have enough fuel, you might be able to get it to burn hot enough.
That makes sense. I got you on that one. Oh, wait a second. Is the safe? Well, do you have any ideas, Gert? I turn to him and say, "Any ideas on how to get this SOB open?"
I would like to roll an investigation on these numbers, just because they stand out. trying to come up with the combination to it and sort of like pickpocket the safe here.
Okay. Roll me an insight, guess.
Yeah, insight. Well, I rolled 11.
It's an enigma to you. Yeah, but you're not sure, but you're certain that the answer is here. You're just like, I know it is. So you bought into Dean's, guys, and you're helping him pour over these notes, trying to make sense of it.
Okay.
But you guys are at for hours, and nothing seems to happen.
Well, let's just leave it for now. Let's remember it. If somebody can jot down, if you don't mind, Brandon, down that we have a safe, because I will forget, because I don't have a notebook with me. Because remember, we have a ship now. So,
I got you. I'll put it in my notes.
All right, cool. So, right now, while we're sailing on over, hey, baby.
So,
there is
the ship.
Go ahead.
Left. Now you're bit. But you have a couple extra ships with you.
Yep.
And the ships kind of all meet up, so you guys can discuss what to do next. And as you do, Oren ends up boarding your new vessel. He comes up. He's a bit of a redhead with some freckles.
Ginger.
He is a bit of a ginger. Always has a wry smile on his face. He comes and very gleefully says, "Well, that was quite the contest. You guys fared pretty well. You see, you guys captured yourself a ship. Not bad, not bad."
Yeah, we have to keep our ship in one piece. And I look over at the ship that he destroyed.
Well, the only thing left to do is to make our way back to Kaya. I don't want to gloat about this and that. I think we all did pretty well here today. These pirates, we definitely gave them 1-4, and they'll know to steer clear of these waters from now on. And if they don't, we'll give them 1-4 again.
Oh yeah, they'll know clear of not just the waters but also us.
Indeed. So, you guys got yourself what all did you get yourselves with? It seems like the crew is acclimating well. They seem to be staying behind. That's not too bad. Not too much mutiny. So, what's your plans now?
I'm thinking pirate bounty hunters. What do you think, Gert?
I would have to agree with you. I like the bounty hunter behind the ship that we just captured, which would give us an advantage because now we have what I would like to assume would be one of the most powerful captains known in the pirate on the sea in terms of the pirates.
Okay. Very bold.
So I turned to the crew and kind of Captain Morgan style, saying, "How about you, gentlemen? Would you guys like to hunt for some good gold and loot? But hunt in the good way, not the bad way."
The crew kind of looks. They're not really sure what's next for themselves, and you're offering gold and loot. Well, we'll stay as long as the gold's good, I guess. See what exactly you have in mind.
Oh yeah, well we'll make goods of it.
So Oren, he looks back to you. He looks at the captain that you dispatched. He says he looked pretty well off. Did you get a pretty call from him?
Here and there, it looks like they split the gold before they ended up coming to us.
Is that right? No good loot, eh?
A dancing sword, some rings that we haven't figured out yet, and just a small portion of gold. Which, now that I have a ship, I'm going to need to be able to start off with my crew.
Huh.
Not to mention, don't forget, Vaughn, the safe that we have to uncrack.
Oh yes, this is why I keep you around. We did find a safe that we do need to uncrack. Haven't figured it out. We found a whole bunch of numbers and clues, but I spaced on it. I was worried about the crew. Sorry about that.
Well, you never know with these things. I don't have much experience with cracking safes, more of the forger type, but I do know a few people in Chimeria once we get there.
All right, then let's start sailing. Did we ever pick up? Did we ever pick up Roger?
I was just about to say, on the way there, can we pick up Roger?
So as you guys are talking about, getting the loot and getting everything situated, Roger comes climbing up over the side of the ship. He's all covered in grease, and he's all wet. He's like, "Well, hero then, right?"
I start chanting GR, GR, and then hyping up the rest of the crew, even our new crew, to start chanting GR, Greasy Rodger.
Greasy Rodger. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, Greasy Rodger. All right, Greasy Rodger." GR, GR. They all start chanting as well. All right. Let me get my dungeon.
Oh, did I lose everyone?
I'm still here.
There we go. Okay. I guess we lost Patrick for a second.
Let's see.
Did we? Oh,
there.
hello, Patrick.
Now you've officially got an NPC called Greasy Rodger.
Greasy Rodger, I like that.
So great.
Greasy Rodger. You guys start making your way into the crevice of inland. I should have provided you guys a map here. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you what we would call a handout. Essentially, it is within my power to give thee a handout.
1 second.
So if you hear a lot of static, it's me muting and unmuting my mic. I'm kind of using my Xbox headset mic. So
You're good there, Brandon. No problem. I'm uploading a little bit of a map to kind of show you where you guys would be. I should have done this
on roll.
before you. I apologize.
Is it on roll 20?
It will be momentarily.
Ah, okay.
All right, I'm back. Sorry. That's on your little turds downstairs. They're fighting over Alexa. Yeah. What music to play? My son wanted Batman. My daughter wanted don't know.
Probably Frozen.
No, freeze dance game. A freeze dance song.
Oh. Okay.
And then her cousin wanted another one, so I just took Alexa and put it in a place where they can't reach it.
Ah.
And
Gotcha.
unplugged it, of course.
Oh. Now no one can have it.
Exactly. So what did I kind of sort of miss? Sorry.
All right. Well, I'm showing you now. I'm just getting there.
Okay.
All right. You'll be seeing on the screen here. Just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we got like a full set of islands and stuff.
Let me try to get this.
Oh, nice. Nice. Oh, okay.
Let me try to get a little bit more where it would be. Height, let's make that. That's a little better. But then you'll see that you guys are if you can see Roll20, the Roll20 screen, you see where it says Tasmal?
Yeah.
So
Furthest to the
down on the bottom portion, right here,
Yeah.
you see that? Okay, that's where you guys are entering. So
Yep.
you'd be entering into this bay area, and then making your way up a channel. Okay. All right. So I want you to see that, and then you'd know where you are.
Oh, that is cool.
Okay. That is cool. Last question. Well, not last question, but like question in general wise.
Yeah.
What is our ship's name?
I don't know. It's your ship, bro.
I feel like the Jolly Roger.
That's too pirate typical. That's like me saying, "Oh, let's go with Going Merry."
Right.
So,
But I was referring for.
Oh,
I was referring for the Greasy Rodger.
Oh yes.
The Greasy Rodger.
You know what? We could name our ship Greasy Rodger. Go. Out of here. Go. You're not supposed to jump on that. Go. Sorry, it was just random. I got thinking about it. I play Sea of Thieves, and I always like having a good ship name.
Yeah. What is a ship without a name, right?
You got that right.
So I added
Okay.
a couple
So
extra
we're
ships
looks like we're
for-
going into port.
All right. So yeah, you see this this city on the horizon, or as you're making your way in, coming across the large walls and portcullises that line them, all with arrow slits and so forth that may rain down on ships below. You look in and you see these towers.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
All reigning over the city. Okay.
Okay.
And then, of course, you see the bridges that run across the river there to, in essence, control the river. They are drawbridges where they slide in and out to allow
Okay.
traffic to run through or to trap it within to keep the flow. Basically controlling the river.
That's cool. Yeah.
This is, of course, what I call Chimera or Chimeria.
Yeah.
So as you're making your way into the city, you come through farm country and so forth. You see farmers with wheat and perhaps barley and grapes and maybe fresh vegetables and so forth that they may be growing. As you continue to make your way into the city, there's of course a port here to dock at, and so you guys make use of that, and some of your ships are let through, okay, being Orin and the other ship that went with, while the other 3 ships are left out here. The merchant ship that you're part of, and the other that you had captured, the other 2 that you captured, they make their way down here to this port. Now, one of the ships they captured, okay, they begin to immediately start to deconstruct. They're tearing it down. They're scrapping it for parts. Whereas the ship that you had come in with yours, they unload the cargo from it. The merchant pays you both the agreed sum for the venture for your guys' several-week journey across here to make it here. And the agreed sum was 500 gold. That's 250 for each of you.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys have your money. And you guys are free to explore Chimeria. You also have, of course, your ship here that you can plan to do with whatever you want. We're going to make it this ship right here, if you can see that. I hate that there's so much lag.
Yeah, I saw it.
But or with Discord and Roll20. That's because I'm trying to do a lot of that time. But it'll get better over time. I'm trying to get a new computer that'll help me with all this process. The PC one is
Yeah,
a little bit lower.
I'm in the process of trying to get my gaming PC, like I was telling you, Patrick, at work. Get my buddy to build for me, and if he's not able to, I'll just end up going to like Fingerhut or somewhere and getting a gaming PC.
Okay.
You know, I use a gaming laptop with a graphics amplifier, and it works fine.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to grab myself a quick little snack as you guys discuss what you guys want to do next.
Yeah, definitely. It actually works out kind of perfect for just talking only, because I'm going to help my wife get the kids in the car, and we're probably going to roll on out more driving-wise. So
Okay.
I'm still going to do this, but driving-wise, we'll be fine.
All right,
I got an earbud in, so it works out great.
Yeah, we'll find a nice little way to close this.
So, well, first off, I want to try to get Roger a shower or a bath to get the grease off of him.
Yes, of course.
His nickname will still be Greasy Rodger, but
Yes.
a shower is definitely needed.
Oh, yeah. 100% agree with that.
But I would also like to try to set up a like go to an inn, if you will, and set up a meetup spot, because we don't know anybody here. We don't know, who we're meeting, who we're supposed to see, or anything like that. That way we can sleep and we don't have to sleep on our boat.
Or we can save gold and sleep on a boat. You can spend the gold at an inn. That's fine with me. I'll sleep in the captain's quarters.
I mean, we could do that, but I was more or less allowing the crew hand or the deck hands to go and venture and do their own thing, because I would pay them for their services for helping.
And then
us.
if one gets a spur, they might steal the boat.
True.
Because I want to get to know the crew first before I start trusting the crew.
Oh, yeah. Very true. We can do that.
Like that. My first thing is that older gentleman. Get your shoes on. That older gentleman that was like, hey, as long as we're getting paid, I would like him talk with him because he definitely knows information about the crew and the ship.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah. He seems like he would be the oldest person on the crew and knows more about the crew hands than anything. So yeah, I agree. I'd like to I'd like to talk to the older gentleman and try to set up a conversation or kind of like get to know like some of the crew that he knows off the top of his head.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, other foot. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm looking at it as. So you can get it in if you want. So you do go over background, nobility, so you don't like that type of stuff.
Right. No, it was more so like we have a second option just in case if like they're doing repairs on the ship and we can't get in on the ship, we can go to the inn and we still have a place to sleep at night, but also we have a place to come up with a solution or a plan.
Well, I feel that we can still discuss and talk about that type of stuff on the ship, but also getting to know the crew, being with the crew, getting the crew to trust us, but also make sure they're stuck with supplies as well. You know, just go with the whole captain's quarter type thing, you know. But yeah, but we also need to explore around the city to see if there's like bounties that we can go ahead, whether it's sea bounties or people bounties, because there are sea creatures out there.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
So
I do agree
take this
with
moment
you.
to let you guys know that I've taken the liberty of creating some tokens for you to navigate the map. You'll find them there. One is the dwarf, and one is your little dude there, Dean. Of course, I'll help you move around.
Awesome. All right, if you don't mind moving me around if I need to, because like I said, I'm going to be away from I'm getting the kids ready, and we're getting ready to head on home.
So, Dean,
I'm just going to be
here's
earbud only.
Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this might be a really good place for us to stop. Okay.
Yeah, we're at port.
Here. We made our way to Chimeria. This is probably a good place for a little resolution here. And we'll pick it up next time to see what your next venture is going to be. If you guys are all down, we can pick this up next Sunday if you like, or a week from this Sunday. It's up to you guys.
I'm down for next Sunday if Dean, if you're down for it. I mean, because really and truly, I agree with you, Dean. Like that what we can do is we can go to like the job boards, if you will, and look up for like bounty or quests that we need to, that we can stumble upon, or even just go to like a tavern and just sit and have a few drinks and celebrate with what we just did. And we overhear a group of people, conversating about someone that's lost at sea or something like that.
Exactly. As in, like, go out and find out specifically on details and stuff like that. Go from there.
Yep.
And then we can... No, Gary. Nope, I'm still playing. My mother-in-law thought I was talking to somebody. I'm just an AirPod. They can't really see like headphones or anything like that.
Oh god!
Come on, Connor. But we can pick it up and discuss about what we're planning, where our future plans are, and maybe if we end up coinciding them with other campaigns, even if it's for like a one-shot tidbit with the other campaign, since we've got a good setup with the ship, the crew, and the area as well.
So I'd like to go ahead and share this with you guys. I have another map for you guys ready that quickly. That's just how I do.
Okay.
This is the map I was basically trying to show you before. This is a large
Okay.
map of the world of Thalia at large. Now you'll find over here is you guys. This little ship will show where you are on the map. Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
You guys are in Chimeria. Now, currently, if you've been paying attention to the game that we were playing, Nightfall, that exists over here. This is the volcano that just recently erupted. The party
Nice.
survives or lives. Bringing it up there. Over here in Red Clover Fields. Okay, right here. This is the location of Red Clover Fields.
Okay.
So as you'll see,
And there's rivers that actually lead right to it, which is actually pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. So as you'll see, the larger map, you guys are on one side of the world. Well, Nightfall exists essentially on the other. Now, there's a long way between here and there. And, of course, at some point, maybe you guys will cross paths. We'll see. You guys do have a ship.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
Good old GR.
Good old GR.
The Greasy Rodger. It's going to be infamous, I know it.
Yeah. We're going to hear stories when we go to the other island as well.
I can't wait. All right, guys. It's been fun for me, guys, to get you guys acclimated into this world. All that good stuff. And we got things on the horizon. As you said, there is adventure to be sought after. Notice boards and so forth. If you guys are looking for bounties, look no further. You'll find some.
Very nice. Awesome.
With that, guys, thank you very much for... Sorry, mouthful.
No problem. That was a lot of fun. I'll see you guys at work tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, most definitely. It was very fun. I'm loving that I'm getting back into this, and I'm gonna try to make it now a thing for me to do, because this helps me get my mind focused on something else and get it out of my head, kind of. So it helps me.
I understand that all too well. I'm with you.
Indeed. As it turns out, I may have mentioned before that the party in the other game, they essentially are at a point where I'm not sure how well they're going to play together as a group anymore. Not saying that they don't get along, but essentially, I'll do this another time. Essentially, there's a bunch of tree huggers, and then there's a bunch of non-tree huggers, progressives, and then you got tree huggers at the same time.
Nice.
And so, seeing how they diversify, and seeing what's going to be coming up next, I don't want to spoil too much, but as I was telling my brother earlier today, here it is. I started creating this campaign many moons ago. And during the time I was creating it, there was a presidential election. So I wove some politics into my game.
Nice.
And
I like that.
Politics are like gun control for D&D.
Oh.
This is going to be great.
So we'll see what comes from that. And I have a feeling that some of them are going to be standing on one side of it as they're benefiting from, being, as Delmont put it, a um, a respected member of the community. Okay, and the rest of them are a bunch of hippies. So I can kind of see them kind of doing their own thing, as free will and all that, free love and all that stuff. So I can kind of see you guys and Delmont getting along. Could you imagine you guys with Delmont as a tinker, just outfitting the ship? It would be something.
Man, for real. I can only hear it. Free the owlbears, man.
But anyway, with all that said, it's been fun this evening on the table in the tavern. Thank you for joining us, and please come back and see us another time.
And thank you for having us.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. We are completely freelance. We just love playing D&D. This episode, and others like it, are recorded live on Twitch using Discord, Roll20, and D&D Beyond. Artwork was created using Wonder and was edited using Wondershare. Again, thank you for watching. And please, like and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching. We are completely freelance. We just love playing D&D. This episode, and others like it, are recorded live on Twitch using Discord, Roll20, and D&D Beyond. Artwork was created using Wonder and was edited using Wondershare. Again, thank you for watching. And please, like and subscribe for more content like this.